Hello everyone, welcome across to Railworks. My name is James and today we'll be looking at another locomotive review. This one being the Dapol Class 14XX, a GWR tank engine. And it's a fairly old model now, I think. I don't think they've made anything newer than what I've got here, but yeah, we'll have a quick look at it. The product code is, just for anybody, in case anybody's interested, it is ND004. A 14XX GWR tank engine, insert button livery, and the running number is 1420. And yeah, there's not really much else for the box. Inside, just to mention, it is a pre-owned one, so it may not have all the bits included. But I'm assuming there's meant to be a warranty sheet in here, but haven't got that, so that can live there. We do have the product information sheet, which does let you know about lubrication, mainly how to lubricate the worm gear. Basically, take off. I say take off. Yeah, it is take off the front part of the boiler and just dab a little bit of oil onto the worm gear just underneath it, and obviously the coupling rods either side. And that's about it, really. And also, no, it doesn't mention anything about running in. But we'll just assume the usual thing of an hour each direction. Anyway, let's have a quick look at the locomotive itself. Since it is an early Dapol locomotive, it doesn't quite have all the level of detail which we should expect. I'm just going to get a nail just to point out things. There is one thing which I do have to mention. Since it is pre-owned, the cert button print's a bit faded on one side, so it is meant to be there, but as I said, it's a pre-owned model. But we have got a fair amount of riveting, which is nice to see. The number plate isn't a separately fitted what is it called now? Can't remember what it's called now, but it's not separately fitted anyway. I just can't remember the word at the moment. It's just tampo printed, which isn't too bad. It looks like it's tampo printed anyway. No NEM pockets because it's a bit older for that. Probably not that difficult to change them over, but I've not done that with mine. More riveting. Coal, it's a bit plasticky, but it's not too bad from a distance. Do you have handrails? These ones look like they're molded. However, that's a separately fitted rail up there, so that's not too much. Not too bad. It does have the running number on the front and on the back, just behind the coupling, and also vacuum piping front and back. On the bottom, there's not really much to say about. It does have brake rigging. I think that's brake rigging anyway. No cab interior, but it's small, so you won't be able to see it all that well anyway. It does have a very plasticky feel, but it does have a substantial amount of weight. Let me actually see how much it weighs. I know I forgot to do something. Let me just load this up. You do have to mind a bit of details because some of these can be removed quite easily. So I'll just see how much it weighs. It is 29.4 grams, so it's just a bit more than a Mark I coach. And always, when I'm recording, somebody wants to message me. Yeah, it's not too bad. Price, which you can probably find these as, probably about 65 to 70 pounds, which I've seen. I think I did get mine for about £65. It sounds about right. I don't actually remember. You can DCC these, however, you do have to hardwire them, and it is a bit awkward trying to remove the rear part of the body. It is possible, but it's very fiddly. You have to remove some of these piping work down here just to make sure they don't get stuck, and then carefully lift the body off, which I will show you in a different video. not too much else really. I do know there's a screw at the top here, which I think is the screw which you undo to. Let me actually have a double check. Yes, it's the screw up here which you need to undo so you can remove the front part of the boiler so you can access the worm gear. And yeah, that's about it really. That's everything on the back. No, well, there won't be a name plate, not name, number plate up top. But the smoke box dart does look quite alright. It is moulded, but it's only a small little loco. And I think that's about it really. I'm going to get it onto a turntable so you can have a closer look. Then I'll tell you a bit more about the prototype. And then we can get it on to the layout and see how well it runs. So I'll see you in a bit. The GWR 1400 class is a class of steam locomotive designed by the Great Western Railway for branch line passenger work. It was originally classed as the 4800 class when introduced in 1932 and renumbered in 1946. The 4800 class was designed as a more modern version of the 517 class, which were by then beginning to show their relative age. The first locomotive, number 4800, was built by Swindon Works and entered service in 1932. With a further 74 engines of this type following up to 1936. During this period, Swindon also built 20 5800 class engines, which were broadly similar but were not fitted with auto-train equipment or the Swindon top feed, as later fitted to a number of 4800 class engines. The 4800 class locomotives retained their original numbers until the GWR decided to experimentally convert 12 2800 class 280s for oil firing. It decided that the converted engines would be reclassified as the 4800 class, and so the 75 tank locomotives already carrying this designation were reclassified as the 1400 class. They could reach a maximum speed of 80 miles per hour, which was much faster than the diesel railcars designed to replace them could ever. The 1400 class was designed to work with the GWR design of Autocoach, a specialist coach designed for push-pull working. This lack of auto gear was the cause of earlier scrapping of the 5800 class, as there was no work for them. The last was withdrawn from Swindon Said in April 1961. The auto-fitted locos fared little better. Scrapping commenced in 1956, and all were withdrawn by early 1960. 4 examples have been preserved, all late withdrawals from service in the 1963-1965 period. All went direct to preservation from British Railways in relatively good. Right, here we are, the 1400 class now on my layout, and we also have my test rake all set up, which is 8 Mark 1 coaches. And yeah, let's have a quick look at the slow speed. This is under DC, so it's not going to be the best. And it also only has pickups on the drive wheels. I think mine's got a slight wobble. It might be when I did open it up. I'm not too sure. Unfortunately, it's pre-owned, so we'll never actually know. And it does seem to be able to do a little bit of slow speed. It might just be that I've done something when I've opened it up. But yeah, as I said, it's only got pickups on. I think it's only got pickups on the drive wheels. I have to double check for the rear wheels, but it's also got no traction tyres, so not too sure how much it'll be able to pull. But let's see it go round. If it doesn't stall, there we go. And give it a bit of speed just so it can go round in time. Get my finger out of the way. Does tend to help. Ooh, and it's stalled, so give me a sec. Right, here we are. There's always something to do with this part of the layout. I have to have a look at it again, but anyway, I've pushed it a bit further on just so it can get past. And I found another dead spot. Well, I'd say dead spot, just do a quick clean. I know it's not the best way to clean, but I've only got one hand. Come on. There we go. Yeah. As always, my track is a bit mucky. Anyway, let's see how well it pulls some coaches. Now, this is, I'm going to say, probably about 9 times its own weight, because this the 1400 class only weighs about, what was it, 29.4 grams, and each one of these coaches weighs 25 grams. And we've got 8 of them, so actually probably, no, other way around, just under 8 times its own weight. I know it'll get the right number eventually, but yes, no tracks and tyres, only drive wheels for pickups. Let's see how well it pulls them. Well, it can get started. That's going to have it. No. Let's see. Let's do 5. Take some of them off. Yep. Come on. No, that's probably. I can pull that, but I don't think it's comfortable doing that. Let's do 4. No, that still seems to be slipping quite a lot, so let's try 3. Sword again, come on. No, it's still struggling with 3. And this is going up the slight slope I've got. So let's try 2. That is abysmal. I can go downhill, alright, till it hits a dead spot. Let's try 1. So this is actually lighter than itself. There we go, now it's going downhill. Well, I'll say downhill. Yeah, I'll say... Ooh, and it's found it. A dead spot. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to say this is probably the best it can ever do. Maybe 2 at most, but yeah, that's quite abysmal, unfortunately. I'll move that onto its own little... Move on to the inside track with 1 coat. Ooh. Trying to do this with one hand's always difficult, but there we go. Oops, sorry, mate, you just had to look at the bit of wood for a bit, but that seems to be a bit better just with the 1. Yeah, I'm going to say 2 is probably the max this thing can do. But since it's only meant to be running an Autocoach, which is a bit lighter than one of these, I think that's probably alright. So, yeah, it's a nice little locomotive. Power is lacking, unfortunately, but considering that it's only meant to be running with the odd 1 or 2 coaches, it's probably not too bad, because you might be able to alleviate that by adding a bit more weight to this. But other than that, I'm not too sure what else you can do. Yeah. Oh well. So it's a nice little loco, and you can still get, you can still pick it up rather cheap. So do let me know what you think in the comments. I'm still impressed with it. I still like it, but I will need to only run it with an Autocoach. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, if you do like it, feel free to like, comment and subscribe. Yes, I have remembered that correctly this time. If you didn't like it, feel free to enjoy it. I hope you enjoy your day anyway, and if you really like it, feel free to support me on Patreon. Anyway, I'm going to send this off on its way. If it didn't want to stall, go on. There we go. And yeah, I'll see you again next time. Bye bye now.